Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm gonna show you how I'm doing my carpet on my bass boat, well, my John boat to bass boat. So the first thing I got is this carpet from Home Depot. Since it's an area rug, it doesn't have a rubber backing. I didn't think that. I thought it might be an issue in the beginning, but as long as you don't put down too much glue, it seems to be okay. I've done the majority of the boat. I'll put some pictures on of the boat. So, I'm gonna get this unrolled here. And I'll unroll it this way so that it's gonna fit. All right. So I got it unrolled here. So the next thing is I have my boards, and these are painted with an oil base. It's supposed to be gray, but for some reason they gave me a silver or aluminum looking color. It don't matter anyway. It's not going to be, you know, you're not going to be touching this surface. The carpet will be on. So we want the flattest side to be up. So I have a little knot there. So that should be good. So I'm gonna get this, about, what, 2 inches or so. All right, so we got 2 inches up there. So I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna cut this. And this carpet's pretty easy to cut. Just make sure you have a sharp blade. And there we go. So we got it cut out. And you might have to come back through and get some of these loose fibers here. All right, so we'll get this carpet out of the way here. Okay, so now we have a couple inches or so on each side to wrap and staple. So you want to find your side that's going to be up first, that the carpet is going to be going over, because it's where you're going to put the glue. So on this side, there's a little bit of, you see right in there, I don't know, it's where some chunks came out. So we're not going to use this side. So we'll use this side. It's the flattest. There might be a few imperfections, but we could fill this in with the carpet glue and it'll harden up. One thing you should do, which I didn't do, if you got stickers on your plywood or boards or whatever, because you're sealing this, pull the sticker off, because I feel like moisture is going to work its way up in there. I'm not going to do it with this because I'm making the video for it, so I don't want to have to reseal this. It's just one piece. It's a standard size, no crazy dimensions. So if I have problems with it later, I'll just do it again. It's not the end of the world. So go ahead and get that over, make sure we got enough overlap. The glue that I'm using is this Roberts 6700 indoor outdoor carpet adhesive. It's working so far. I don't really have any issues with it, so go ahead and get a good amount on there. I'd be generous with the carpet glue, because you can always scrape it off, but once you start, if you don't have enough on there and you start putting the carpet on, you really can't do anything about it. And I actually might have to get more carpet glue. So far, one container has been enough. So let's see. We'll get our glue on there. And I'm gonna fill in these holes ahead of time just to make it a little bit easier. Now where the sticker is, it might be okay because we're putting the glue over top of it. So we'll go ahead and spread this out somewhat. All right, that should be good. Use a trowel. I think I paid like $4 for this at Home Depot. It's in the same aisle where the carpet glue is. So you see it's made by Roberts. Also carpet adhesive trowel. It's like $5 or something. So go ahead and spread this around as much as possible. You want to get a good even coverage. And then if you got too much, just come back and scrape it right back in the container. So in this case, it looks like we're gonna have plenty. And actually, we still got quite a bit here. Yeah, I think we went a little overboard. I've been putting extra on because when I did the first piece of flooring, I tried to stretch it thin and it ended up taking a really long time to get good even coverage. So what I've been doing is I just put a lot on and then get it as good as I can and then just scrape off the excess. And then what you want to do is come over to your edges and make sure you're running your glue all the way up to the edges. Make sure you fill in any voids. And this part here is a little tedious. Especially if you start to run it out thin. Okay, so, all right, so we have it all covered. So come back, scrape off the excess. Because we don't need all this glue on there. We only need just enough to hold the carpet. Beyond that, it'll start to soak through the carpet and you'll end up with like, I guess like wavy kind of area if the glue stacks up. Also wear gloves. You see this stuff gets on your gloves. If you get it on your hands, it starts to get really tacky and it's really hard to get off of your fingers. So the next thing is we got to come around the edges. And let's see here if I can get a better shot of. So what we want to do is, you see we have some right here. So you want to get, so when the carpet goes around the edge, it also holds it just like it does along the remainder, you know, the rest of the board. So I'll go around and get all this. This is a little bit time consuming. It takes us just as long to do the edges as it does to do the top. So I won't ramble on while I'm doing this one. So. And while you're doing this, just be mindful of your glue so that you're not, you know, touching the glue and then getting it on the carpet, you know, on the other side of the carpet. Luckily, this will be wrapped around here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get as much of that off of there as I can. All right. So I have all edges done. Now, the last thing before we flip it over is make sure that there's no glue on the edge, because that's where we're going to be touching it to wrap it around. So if there is, you can come through and kind of try to wipe it off. You're not going to get it off completely, but mainly the thing is so that we're not getting it, because when we pull this edge over, you'll see when I'm stapling it, we're going to pull this edge over and we're going to be touching this edge of the carpet. So you just want to make sure that there's no glue kind of getting around here that we're going to end up getting on the other side. So what I do is I pull it off the edge of the table, just like that. So you can see down here, let's get this glue right there. And this is so that I can get up underneath on the other side. And then I'm going to push the carpet back forward. And then I'm going to lift this piece here. And I'm going to set it just like that where the end was. Then I'm going to take it up. And with just a couple fingers, make sure that that's placed properly. And now I've flipped it around. But you can see you have glue in your hands. So make sure that you have a shop towel or whatever handy. Make sure that you get all that glue off of your fingers. Okay, so next, we're gonna have to start pulling this lip up, running into the staple gun. I'm using an Arrow staple gun. I have the packaging around here somewhere. Basically, it's just the T50, takes T50 staples. I'm using 1/4 inch. These seem to work okay. Got these at Home Depot. Not very expensive. Buy a bunch of boxes. You can always return them, but if you run out and you got to run to the store 25 times, it starts to get a little irritating. All right, so we got one side. So we'll lift this, spin it. When you're doing this, just be careful you're not tracking glue all over the place. Just like that. Because remember, there's going to be glue on this edge. Hold pressure here, pull on the carpet, wrap it up around, hold pressure down, run a staple in. Now for this side, hold pressure down here, pull it like that. And there we go. We have this. Now we'll come back and run some extra staples in, before we're ready to put it in the boat. So we're going to spin this again. Do the same thing here. Pull it tight. Oh, we're out of sticks. Okay, so we got one more side here. Let's do this side here. Now, I'm not sure what the set time is on this glue. Let's see, blah, 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 blah. I don't see anything on here. Where is it at? Okay, working time up. Open time, 30 minutes. I guess that's the maximum amount of time you should have the container open. I don't know. Working time up to 60 minutes. So it says it's good for an hour, I guess, if it's on the board. I don't know. We'll just work as fast as we can. Too much reading. I ain't about all trying to do all that noise. All right. So now we have the corners to do. So let me move in a little bit closer. Let's see. All right, so the corner, actually we'll do this corner here. So let me move you down some. All right, so we're gonna pull this. So the board is right here. You're gonna pull this. You want it maybe 1/4 inch above the board when you pull that tight. Basically so that when you cut it, now this one is a little bit much, but basically when you cut it so that you can overlap it and fold it. So what we're gonna do is pull this down. Push that in, up just like that. And now we have a pretty good fold. I guess this is right, I don't know. And then we're gonna put a staple in. And there we go. Yeah, now that I look at that on the camera, it looks kind of jacked up, but who cares? If it works, it works. All right, so we do the same thing with this one. And we have the same thing here. Fold this in, fold it up. Go ahead and run a staple in. Good to me. All right. Now, I'm not a professional carpet layer or whatever, carpet guy. I don't, carpet man. I don't know what they would be called. But it looks pretty good to me. All right. And there might be somebody else's video that is better. So I don't know. If you have any input, leave a comment below. If I'm doing something wrong, because if I'm doing it wrong, I'm sure I'll have to do it over again at some point. All right, now we'll come back after this. Well, this is going to be on the subfloor or the floor, so it's not going to be part of the deck, but or a hatch, you know, that's kind of opening that you're going to see the inside. So now, flip it over. I'll kind of just make sure that there's no like wrinkles or whatever, air pockets, whatever, I don't know what you call it. Just make sure that it's all pushed down to the board. Now don't push too hard because you don't want your glue to soak through the carpet, because this is a there's no rubber backing on this. So we'll see how it holds up. And that's pretty much it. That is how I've done the rest of the boat. Let's see. I've and the rest of the boat in here with the same carpet, and it turned out pretty good. And in here, I'm gonna put carpet on that. My fuel tank will be under this hatch. My batteries, this is a 1448, so I'm kind of limited with weight capacity, so I'm only going to do 2 hatches, well actually 3 hatches, one here, and one here, and then this will be my rod locker, and then my trolling motor is going to go here, and I'm probably going to make a triangle thing platform here and put maybe a cup holder or something. These are the drains, the dry hatch from TV Nation. We'll see how good they work. They seem to work out pretty good. And I will also do carpet in here. So that's it. That's how I carpeted all these pieces. I made sure that I sealed them properly. The carpet will hide your jacked up cuts. I couldn't cut a straight line to save my life, but the carpet, you could see, pretty good straight lines. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. If there's a better way to do this, that's something that I didn't do, leave it below. And check out the rest of my videos. I'm going to do more videos on this boat. Thanks for watching.